Hello guys, welcome back to Code with Amir. This is Amir, and in this video we will be developing a simple chat application using socketio and ReactJS. I will add GitHub link for all the code we will develop in this tutorial. Okay, so let's get started. I have empty chat app folder open in Visual Studio Code. So for the chat app there will be two parts. One will be server side and other one will be front end side. On the server side we will be using nodejs with express, and on the front end side we will be using reactjs. So let's go ahead and create two directories. One is called server and other one is called front end, right? So two directories are created. Let's move into the server and install the dependencies. So for that, first initialize the node. For that, npm init is the command. It will ask few options. So the package name server is fine, version 1.0.0 is fine. Description you can write chat app using socketio. Entry pad you can say server.js. No git repo for now, and author you can write your name, and for now let's go to MIT, and we are fine with the package.json, so we will type yes. Okay, so in the server folder it has created the package.json, and we will install the dependencies. So for the npm install express and socket.io. So it will take some time to get installed. Okay, so we are done with installing express and socket. One additional thing we need to install is the nodemon, so that whenever there are any changes in the server.js file, it will restart the server. Nodemon. Okay, let's wait. Oh, done. Okay, so in the server folder, the entry point was server.js. Let's create that, and for now let's just log server started. Okay, and in the package.json file, let's create a script for the starting the server. Nodemon server.js, and let's start the server. Yeah, the server started, whatever we have written here, right? It is. Okay, so let's do the actual work now. Instead of logging, create the app from express, and we will call it right away, and then create the server from http, and it will create server using the app, and then create the io from socket.io, and we will pass server to it, and let's start listening. Server dot listen on port suppose 6000, and as a callback let's just log. We can say I am listening 6000, right? Let's get yo, we got the message that I'm listening at port 6000. That means we are fine, no error. Okay, so let's add some IO methods. So IO dot on, so we will pass the event and the listener. So event is whenever a connection is made, so we will get a socket, and for now let's just console connection made, there's extra spaces, connection made successfully. Okay, so after the connection is made, we will start listening for the arrival of messages. So for that, socket dot on, whenever there is an event for the message, and we will get a payload. I'm writing payload here because we can send the strings, the JSON file, the JSON object from the client side, so that it is generic payload, and we will just emit the whatever we have received from the one client to the other client, and emit the message, and the payload will be the same payload. So okay, so it will emit to other clients, and if needed we can console the message as well. Console.log message received on server, and you can write the message, sorry, the payload, whatever is received, we are consoling that right now. Okay, so this is it for the server side. So it will listen on the port, and then whenever a connection is made, it will just the console, and when there is a message sent from one client, it will forward that to all of the clients which are listening to this message, and we're just consoling it on the server side so that we know that the message was received. Okay, so now let's move to the front end side. Okay, so let me create another terminal, and we are in the chat app. So instead of that, let's move to the front end. Okay, and in the front end we need to npx create react app, create react app, you can say the chat app. It will take some time, let's wait, and once it's done I will come back. Okay, so now the create react app command is successful, and it has created the react app, and you can see the code here. And let's start the react app, and for that move to cd front end, because we are right now at the chat app front end and the chat app folder, and then npm start, and it should start the hello world of the react app. Here we go, fine. Okay, so let's move to the app folder, and then get rid of everything here, and we do not need the logo as well, and let's just say h1 a welcome message, welcome to chat app. Here we go. Okay, so, and I think css is also not needed. Let's import react from react, and then we will be needing some hooks, so use state and then use effect is needed. Right, and let's create a form here, and in the form we will be adding input and the button, so that when you can type a message and send that to the other clients or the other app users. And on submit we can say send message, and let's create this function const send message and he dot prevent defaults. Okay, so, and in the form we will have an input, and the type will be text, name we can say message, and let's format it a little bit, and we can say placeholder, type message, let's save and see, yeah, type message, and then the value could be the message. We will create this variable in a while, and on change there will be let's create the state so that it can save, use state point, and the variable is message, and the initial value will be empty, right? And we will by default we will be showing the message, and on change we will be setting the message to e.target.value. Right, let's save and let's type something here. Oh, it is saving, right? And after the input we can create a button, and with the type of submit, and we can call it send. Here we go, and we should not allow an empty message to be sent, so we can set a required field so that it says that please fill out this field, right? And okay, so that is from the UI point of view, and so let's just install few dependencies to send and receive messages. So that will be socket.io client, so let's install that, npm install socket.io/client. Right, and let's import it. Import you can call it io from socket.io, dash client. Okay, any error till now? Okay, socket.io. Got it. Okay, and let's initialize the socket. Const socket and IO, and we will be initializing it localhost because our server is also running on the localhost, and at the port 6000. So here is, we have written the port. Okay, so there's port. Okay, and now message and okay. So for now, let's console here. We can see the message, so whatever is saved in it, and after this we will be send message on socket. We will send the message on socket here, and after that we will be setting the message to empty. All right. Okay, so let's type here hi, and after sending it will clear the message box. And if we go to the node, so we are fine here, no error till now. And let's try to sending a message. Here, and here we will see the socket dot emit, and it will emit an event of message, and with a payload of you can say we are sending only the message. We will add the username and anything we can add here in the JSON. So for now we will only be sending the message. All right, okay, let's save it, and on this bash there is no error. Let's refresh, and let's send a hi message here, and okay, let me open the console of this one as well. Oh, there are some errors on the course. Yep. So if we get these errors, go to the server side, and we will allow some course here, so we will pass the second parameter as options to course, and it will allow the origin to, for now let's do the static, and let's refresh. Course origin static. Okay, okay, I think these errors are gone. server. Is our server running? Yes. Let's try to change the port. Starting on 7000 and 7000. We get the same error. No, it must be the previous error. Yes, we are done. Good. Here we are seeing the message connection made successfully here as well. And again refresh, connection made successfully, message is printed. And let's try to sending a message. Hi, message received on server, message is hi. So we are sending the messages from our app here, and it is received on the server side, and we are printing a message here. And let's add the code to receive the messages. So if it is sent to from one client, it will be should be received to other clients which are listening. For that, let's create a use effect, and in the use effect let's do not return anything here, and we can say socket dot on message, and it will give us the payload whatever is received as a callback. And just get rid of this, and we can for now just okay, we can just add all of the messages we are receiving in a state, so that we can show all of the messages in array here. So let's try to the use state, so we can call it a chat. Initial value will be the an empty array, and we will be adding all of the messages in this array. So let's try adding set chat, and its value will be all of the messages we have right now, and in addition to the payload we have received. Right, and let's try to adding the chat here. For that we will be looping over the chat. So map, it will give a payload and then the index, and what we will return is, let's say we return an h3, and we can call it payload dot message. We're showing the message here, right? Okay, so let's try to open this in another tab as well, so that we can see that whatever message is sent from here, it will be shown here, and whatever message is sent from here, it will be shown here. So let's try to hi, how are you sent, and you can see that this message is received on the other side as well. And I am fine, I'm fine here, and fine here. So let's try to add some more code to add a user here. So we know that this, so what message is sent from which of the users. So let's try to add a user. So for now let's add a username. For now you can randomize the user, and in real applications there is a proper user management, so that you can pass a user ID or even the whole user object, the JSON object in the payload, and on the other side you will receive a proper user object or the user ID, and you can differentiate which message was sent from which user, and you can show the user names or the user profile and whatever you want to say to show on the UI. So for now we will let's try to only send the user name. So let's try to math dot random. A random id will be generated. It will generate from 0 to 1. So let's multiply it with 10, and let's it will we want to the username to be user 123, something like that. So for that we will parse it to int, so that after converting into float, so it will generate a float value from 0 to 1 and with some decimals, and we will multiply it by 10 so that it is value from the 1 to 10, and then we are parsing it plus it is float, so we are parsing it to int so that we get the values from 0 to 10 as an int value. Okay, so username we have. So when we have opened this in this tab, it will generate a random value for suppose user 1, and on the other tab it will show a user 2, user 3, something like that. Okay, and let's pass the username here as well. So when you are sending the user, and on the received, it will still will be the payload, it will be still will be the JSON. So node change here and node change on the server side as well, because we are just receiving the payload and emitting the payload. Okay, so the only change will be when we are displaying it. So for now in the h3 we will be displaying suppose the username here, and then let's add a span to display the message, and that will be you can type a colon here, and you can say payload dot message. Yeah, one curly bracket is missing here. Okay, so just refresh both of these. Okay, so let's type here. So this is user 0, it is saying hi, and this, let's try what user is. Let's say hi, this is user number 3, and again how are you, and again this is the user 0, and this is user 3. So let's try to I am fine, thanks. So it is saying user 3, still user is, it's user 3, still I'm user thanks. And of course I have not added the CSS to make it some pretty. So the idea was just to make a chat app so that multiple users can connect to this one, and they can chat with each other. So let's try to add another user. So it must be user, some other user. I have also joined. No, this is user number 4, and it should have appeared on this one as well. All right, so let's try to from user 0. That's end of chat application demo. Thanks for watching. Send user 0, send the chat message to all of these users. I see there are some errors. For the warnings that each child in the list should have a unique key. So for now we can pass a key to this index, and after you refresh it, so this should go on. Let's try to sending few more messages. So you see, no, there is no that error. Okay, done. Congratulations, you have developed an live chat application so that users can chat. So the idea is that you meet an event called message, and you pass a JSON here, and you can extend this idea, and suppose you want to add an edit button here, or the delete button, and the reactions on the messages. And what you will be doing is we will is emitting those type of events. So edit message, delete message here, and you can we will be passing the uniqueness as a JSON here, so that on the other end you identify which message need to be edited or deleted, or on which message you have added an emoji or the action. So these actions need to be in sync with the server side and all over the clients. All right, so that's it for the chat app. So if you have any question, please let me know in the comment section, and also hit like and subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this one. Thank you.